I would like to request all of you to welcome Mr. Nafi Ul Karim, a veteran project manager and agile leader with 18 plus years of driving digital transformation across industries. From EdTech to government initiatives, he is a master at turning complexity into clarity and empowering teams to deliver impactful solutions. So give a big round of applause for Mr. Nafi Ul Karim.
Hello, everyone remember me? Thank you. So yeah, my topics today like escaping meeting overloads, balancing collaboration, and focus time in Scrum. So before jumping into the session, let me introduce myself a little bit. So I'm Nafi Ul Karim. Right now I'm working as a senior system analyst in dynamic solution innovators. Why I'm sharing this is because I'm very emotionally connected to this company basically. Because 20 years ago, I started my career with this company as an intern program. I stayed on this company for a little while, and then I moved on to explore new things in my career. And after 12 years of break, I come back to this organization again, taking new challenge. So yeah, before moving on to my topics, let me ask you something like, first, I was introduced to Scrum. It's like I remember it's back in 2012 on a Scrum team. So when I was practicing there, I was on a development side. So I was like a senior software engineer there. And when I was first introduced to Scrum, I actually used to hate it. The reason I used to actually hate it because before that, my life was like fairly simple. Is like one project manager or product manager. Whoever it was, like my manager, whoever I reported to, give me a task, and I have to complete it and deliver it. That's it. That's fairly simple. But whenever I introduced with Scrum, it come with like some additional meetings in my life. So yeah, I was like initially very agitated to, adapt to that. But when I grow with Scrum and understand what it is, I actually adapted to that culture. So like me, working from 2012 to like right now, 12 to 13 years, I was working in Scrum. Whenever I start to a new company with a new team or new project with new members, the first problem comes with the team members is when they're introduced to it, they are like initially reluctant to accept this method, just because of those meetings. So let me ask you, how to go to the next slide? Which direction to point? Oh, okay. Thank you. So yeah. How many have like a similar experience? This happens actually. It's like when you are a developer, once in a while, like you are working in some very important work and your manager or Scrum Master say, hey, come to a meeting, I have something to discuss with you. And when you, cluelessly go into the meeting, it was discussion about like you have to do some R&D, which is not planned for next sprint maybe. He just want to clarify with something with you, brainstorm with you. So those kind of meetings. And after those kind of meeting, what happens is you have to go to your work, research with all requirement gather, and arrange another meeting to make it actionable items. So that happens. So on those meetings, like my feelings when someone is, calling to a meeting without any agenda or without any preparation, I just say, first email me like, what is it all about, so that I can come prepared. Also another thing, can this one, this calendar sounds familiar to anyone in a Scrum and a screen? Yeah, relatable? Okay, if this goes for like more than 50% of the time of a Scrum, how it will feel? Can anyone relate like what's the problem with this schedule? Yeah, too much meeting. Thing is that, yeah, sometimes meetings are, necessary. You have to do necessary meetings, but the schedule it has been Spread, it is like a lot of breaks in between. You don't have much or like focus time or break times there. So that's the problem with this schedule. That shouldn't be actually like more than like 20% of the Scrum times. Like if it is a 2-week sprint, your calendar shouldn't look like this for like 2 or 3 days, not more than that. So basically what actually Scrum gives us is actually very fairly simply gives us 5 events, not more than that. It doesn't give us 15 events. Anything more than 5, yeah, you can, some say that, no, Scrum has like few artifacts for that. We need few additional meetings for this. Yeah, that is also true. But yeah, maximum in a sprint, you don't have to like do more than 5 or 7 meetings every day. It shouldn't be like that. So for Scrum, it's the fairly simple. Sprint planning is needed. Maybe one day for 2 week sprint, like time box 2 hours, 2.5 hours should be enough. Daily Scrum, 15 minutes should be enough. That's suggested and recommended. Also, sprint, the most important part, the increment work cycle. Sprint review, where you demo your progress or collect feedback, what has been done, what was the increment all about, and the sprint retrospective. So that's the suggested or recommended events by Scrum. But how it became like so scary for us, it's because of this. Thing is that when Scrum, Daily Scrum, it should be 15 minutes and shouldn't exceed 15 minutes. So we make it like discussion sessions, technical debate sessions. So it becomes like uncontrollably like 45 minutes or something like that. Then sprint planning, multiple half days. Again, same thing. Whenever planning, the goal was the sprint planning was whatever the task we should pick from the product backlog to sprint backlog. But yeah, we are spending so much time discussing and debating. So sprint backlogs like taking like more than 2 hours every day, like 2 or 3 days in our sprint. Then pre-planning. So before plan, we have to come prepared. So there's like pre-planning, planning, and so on. Like grooming session, that wasn't groom because it was the part of the role of the other Scrum Master and the product owner or project manager, whoever it is. His job was to, groom or prioritize the product backlog for you before you come to the sprint planning. Then so on. These are the like real case scenario how your Scrum schedule got like so much meetings. Then a problem with this is like, can you relate like what we're losing because of like too much meeting? What it does is like too much context switching, so no focus time. Burnout creep is there because people are doing too much meeting and not spending enough goal time or focus time in development. So their velocity eventually drops, morale drops because no one, like to perform less in a sprint. Everyone to like do like super awesome, never to fail the Scrum meetings, never to fail the Scrum goals, meet all the deadlines or everything. So whenever it drops, their morale drops eventually. And what we do in sometimes, we add more meetings to figure out like what was the problem. So yeah, thing is that it becomes teams spend actually more time talking about like work, not doing actual work. So yeah, what's the solution in this? The solution is like fairly simple. We all know that. So we need to reclaim our time. By the way, this thing, have you ever, do you know, this one is viral right now. Very viral, I know, reclaiming your night time. So you can search it on the Google, and with this meme, reclaiming my time, it's a funny video clip. You guys all should see it. So whenever someone is like purposelessly and you feel some meeting, someone is calling you to some meeting which is not important to you, not adding some value, you should say like, sorry, I'm reclaiming my time. Give me my time, I'm not going to attend this meeting, or that's not necessary. So also, there are like Scrum managers to play some role, which is like whenever, it's like saying like if it is more than 15%, 15 minutes, it's not a Scrum meeting, it's a TED Talk. So you shouldn't do it. You should stick it to 15 minutes. So asynchronous, try asynchronous thing. Not everything has to be a meeting. For example, sometimes you need to do a lot of adjustment to your daily Scrum because some managers want to attend that meeting and something. So yeah, if you can adjust that, accommodate that on your time or time agreed upon, do it. If not, that's not necessary. You can write it somewhere, the Scrum updates, and post it somewhere to some Slack channel, to Confluence or somewhere. Or maybe you can use recorded meetings to send him. So these were the updates for today. You can check it asynchronously. Don't come to the meeting or don't arrange another separating meeting just to be updated. So more thing is focused time is scared. So here you should be saying like in a sprint, every day you should try to block out at least some chunk of focus time where if nothing breaks on the production, we don't go to any meeting. So the problem was with this daily lot of meeting is like you have to like interrupt every after 1 hour. That should go away. You can arrange meeting maybe beginning of the day or maybe at the end of the day, but in middle your development team should get focus time like at least 4 hours somehow or at least 5 hours. That's the best thing, because to make the progress on your, or to the Scrum team to work more, you have to, value the time of your development team as well. You have to consider it as your most valuable product. Like for example, we know for technology companies, we use laptops, device, and other things, server and whatnot. We take care of them, right? So at the same way, you have to take care of the time of your development team. So sharpen your meeting. So you should try with the meeting. You shouldn't come for a meeting just to have discussion or just to have debate. You should have something prepared, come prepared. You should have agenda so that it can conclude it on time with meaningful discussion, with actionable items. So if you don't have that, I don't know. Let's don't do that. Also, you need to audit your everyday meeting. So this should be a fun exercise of your retrospective, because whenever you are having too many meetings and not giving your development team too many times, what's going to happen is as their morale dips and they're frustrated, the retrospective meeting more often become like venting meetings. It's like whenever you ask like why we didn't achieve the sprint goal, most common answer is because I don't get enough time. Most of my time actually go inside. Most of my time actually go for meetings. All right. So try that. So list down all the meetings. You can vote like which meetings need to be there. Can we merge meetings like 2 or 3 meetings into one? That can be done. That will be easily done. You need to develop some process around that where we can do it asynchronously. So you should try those practices. And also you can try like which meetings are important for whom. Not everyone in a Scrum team need to be in every meeting. So you need to do or exercise that as well. So yeah, another problem is like why this too much meeting, too much syncing, too much checking, random check-ins, random syncings happens. It's not an issue with, Scrum. Scrum is not actually broken. It's a cultural issue. It's a trust issue. Because thing is like when you start with a new team, with a new product, thing is that what happens is new team, they tend to fail. It's very normal. In few meetings, initially it start with very optimistically. In sprint planning, people, overestimate or they underestimate. So the actual delivery and their estimation goes like lands and sky is like that much different. So these things keep happening for first few sprint. Mistrust start building. So managers thinks like if I left alone this team and I give them freedom, they will like mess up things. So those things actually create problem. But you need to remember, and I myself also believe that, so if you try micromanaging, So that will reduce your A-team players to, they will eventually turn to B-team player, because that's not a scalable solution. Autonomy, you need to, Scrum is to actually elevate your team to grow. If you macromanage everything, that's not growth. It's not a scalable solution. So yeah, it's not actually technical problem. It's a cultural things to adopt. So leader need to trust their team and need to give them breathing space and give them autonomy whenever it is possible. And also there is like another side of the Scrum team, which is development team. They shouldn't like just without any reason or without any solution or a better solution push back the meetings or push back synchronization, everything. You have to like, don't say that I don't want to do that meeting. You need to come up with a solution like how you can avoid that meeting and how you can make it asynchronous. So I'll share one example from my experience. It's like the first example that I gave is like the stand-up meeting. You don't, if your product, it happens whenever you are working remotely in most cases. For example, our team, you are working in Bangladesh. Most common scenario is we working for companies, foreign companies like American clients, European clients. There are time difference, time gaps. So there are problems. So sometimes it happens, you cannot, sync their times just because of the time differences. So not every Scrum stand-up has to be adjusted according to your manager. Thing is that you can do it autonomously by yourself. As I say, you can build up a repository which has common understanding. So if you want to check the status update of your team, go there, daily stand-up is reported there. It may be as Slack channel report or something like that, and that will work. So yeah, let's not micromanage, let's give time. Thing is that whenever you adopt Scrum, initially there are like a lot of differences happens. So, but eventually if you give them autonomy and enough breathing space to come up with their own solution, on my personal experiences of these 12 years, like within first 5 to 6 sprint, these things like resolve like just magic. If you give like 4 to 5 sprint, they estimate, they deliver more accurately. The estimations are more correct, the story points are more correct, and it doesn't differ that much. So yeah, built on trust is made to be last. I also do believe that. So here are the summary of my talk. What you need to do. Scrum is not broken. It's a mindset that you need to deliver to your team. If there is problem, there can be problem. There is problem of understanding or adopting the mindset. So it's not their problem because they are not. It's not a proven methodology for many developers. So you need to give them time. You need to make them understanding and adapt to these things and give proper coaching to them. So that will resolve all the issues with Scrum from the development team and to the management side. Okay, so and start with small cut one meeting if you can. Protect one deep block for starter. You can start by that and shift the update to the async mode. So what Scrum is trying to say or promote is collaborate smart and focus deep. So that's how you should roll. So yeah, finally, Scrum is not about to talk about the work. It's about like delivering meaningful work together. The management team and the Scrum, development team together, they provide meaningful work. So yeah, I think that's one more thing. If you can, whoever is practicing Scrum and having too many meetings, let me ask like which meeting you can either cut off or maybe merge. So if you tell, next day this meeting is going to cut off, the reaction of the development team will be like this, and the managers will be like that. So yeah, that's all from my side. Thank you very much.